This is Ausangate, a sacred mountain in the Peruvian Andes. Together with Embark, I hiked the trail that leads to it. This trail offers more than just stunning scenery. It's a spiritual experience weaving through the sacred mountains where every step tells a story. From meeting with the locals to almost giving up due to altitude sickness,
I'm awake.
here is my honest review of hiking the Ausangate Trail with Embark.
So just to give you an idea of what the Ausangate trek is, it's a multi-day hike through the Peruvian Andes, reaching heights above 17,000 feet.
Over 5 days, it covers over 30 miles running through rugged terrain.
With stunning views, including glaciers, thermal lakes, and the legendary Rainbow Mountain. It's a tough hike given the altitude, but you're rewarded with peaceful trails and a closer look at some of Peru's most impressive natural landscapes away from the crowds that head to the more popular routes. The reason that I chose to go with Embark is they specialize in custom adventure travel. That means each trip is unique. Embark is always working toward two main priorities, developing trips that are both active and cultural. This means you'll really get down to earth with the community and truly experience the local culture. Donovan, Carrie, and the Embark team truly work really hard to make sure your trip is special.
Climbing up your first hill at 14,000 feet?
Yep, pretty sure I can handle the big ones now.
Nice.
That's not true.
The guides were local Peruvians who worked closely with us to make sure we were all well taken care of. I was personally impressed with the touch of the chefs, the porters, and really just the whole group. Embark certainly knows how to find the perfect local partners. So a typical day on the Ausangate trek starts out with having coffee or coca tea, whatever your choice is.
Buenos días.
Then having a nicely made breakfast cooked up by a chef. Then from there you hit the trail. Now, after you've been hiking for a while, you might take breaks, take pictures, whatever it is that you want to do. You kind of set your own pace throughout the day without falling too far behind. Then you're going to reach a point where you stop and have a lunch break. And they usually set up like a nice tent and they have a full meal inside, or there's these structures along the way where you'll stop and have a meal there. All of it is prepared just for you, whether your dietary restrictions are gluten-free, vegetarian, whatever it is, they're going to make it as close to within your dietary restrictions as possible.
Why is everybody just sitting on the ground? When we clearly have a table and chairs that we could be sitting at.
I just fell down where my bag landed, so
Okay, so you're the bad influence?
I influenced everyone.
Nice.
On the third day, we even scaled Palomani Pass at almost 17,000 feet. During the hike, you'll have the option to either stay at a lodge or a tent.
Then you make the final trek to that lodge for the evening, and I must say that seeing the lodge is the best feeling in the entire world, because you've put in a lot of work, you've hiked a long ways, and you're finally getting to the end of the day. So then you're able to kind of chill out, relax, unpack your things, read, cozy up by the fire, whatever it is you want to do until dinner time, where they've prepared a nice dinner for you. And then you can go outside and look at the beautiful stars, because it's just so dark outside. You can see the Milky Way perfectly as long as the sky is clear. Then you head to bed for the evening, usually around like 9-10 o'clock. And that's pretty much it. That is a typical day on the Ausangate Trail. The group was about 7 or 8 people, and there was enough guides and porters available, so that way nobody was ever really left alone. And then they also had an emergency horse available if you were falling too far behind, you're too slow, too out of shape, anything like that. They just pop you up on the horse and away you go. A few days in the trip, I got pretty bad altitude sickness, and they were able to help me recover and make it all the way. They do a lot to make sure that even if you fall a bit behind, have altitude sickness, whatever it is, no man left behind, they got your back. There weren't really any downsides to traveling with Embark. I will say that it is a hard trek. You need to train and make sure you bring the proper gear. I didn't listen to everything they said, and it definitely made the trek a bit harder on me.
I look like a green potato.
Just please, again, take their training guide and packing guide seriously. Bring both a raincoat and a rain parka. You're gonna need them both, especially if it starts raining a lot. So Donovan, Carrie, and the team were in contact with me, kind of helping me make sure I was, training, getting everything ready, like having the right stuff in my pack. I kind of coordinated flights and things like that with them to make sure I was arriving on time and I had transportation from the airport. They really, they have training guides for different things. They have packing guides. So really they do as much as they can to support you without it being they're not like a personal coach, but they are going to make sure that you have everything you need for it to be a pleasant and fun experience and to make a good memory on the trek with them. So if you want to book a trip with Embark, all you have to do is go to embarkexplorationco.com, pick the trip that you're interested in, head to the contact page and drop a message. Donovan or somebody on their team will reach out to you and coordinate with you personally for your specific trip. That's all for this video on the Ausangate hike with Embark. If you want to go on your own Peruvian adventure or learn a little bit more about the Ausangate trek, head to embarkexplorationco.com. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.